Do you want a working Nigeria or a restructured Nigeria? I repeat, do you want a Nigeria that is working or a Nigeria that is restructured? Because there is a bill in the House that people are not paying attention to. A devolution of powers bill 2025 that people are not paying attention to. This is one of the reasons why I'm supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because this bill is going to restructure the country and it is closer than we think. It is going to be passed very soon. They call it Constitution Amendment Bill 2025. The question is, do you want a working Nigeria or a restructured country? Let's look at the bill. Now, this bill looks like regional system of governance or state controlling their resources. I know the northern part of this country and the Fulani would not support this bill at all. But that is why politics of dividing northern Nigeria is very important. Having the middle belt and some other elements in the northwest supporting this bill, because when the bill is being brought to the House for people to start voting for, you see that those Fulani enclavement, those Fulani people will gather themselves to fight against that bill. Mind you, the APC has 2/3 of the members of the Senate. They have the majority, 2/3. If they are going to pass any resolution, it is 2/3 that they need. Now, APC has that majority. So nothing is stopping the APC from restructuring the country. This insecurity is a distraction from the powers that be. They understand what is going on. You see what is going on? Kidnapping. Today, there's kidnapping today as we speak. Kidnapping all over northern Nigeria to destabilize the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they see that this guy is going from the foundations to restructure this country. That is what we need. If Nigeria is restructured, insecurity will be a thing of the past. I tell you, all this marginalization, Igbos are marginalized, Yorubas are, because there's no tribe in Nigeria that has not experienced one form of marginalization or the other. So if Nigeria is restructured at that scale, marginalization will be reduced. Yes. Let's look at the bill. Decentralization and governance of natural resources. Yes. This bill seeks to alter Section 44 of the Constitution to give the federal government, the state government, joint control over natural resources in Nigeria and within its territories. The amendment aims to promote equitable distribution of resources. I know these Fulani cabals will not like this. To give the federal and state government joint control over natural resources in Nigeria. There's no region in Nigeria that does not have natural resources. There's no region. In fact, the middle belt has more deposits of natural resources, especially Plateau State, the middle belt. Let's look at the regions and their likely natural resources. We have the southwest. There's bitumen in Ondo, Edo, Lagos, Ogun. Bitumen. There's coal in Ondo. There's gold in Edo and Oyo. Some people will be asking, is Edo part of the southwest? Iron ore, tack, limestone. Now the south, there's also oil and gas. Oil in the southwest. Mind you, these are just there's oil in the southwest. There's oil in almost all southern states. Southern Nigeria, there's oil everywhere. So south, oil and gas, bitumen, clay, limestone, lead, zinc, uranium, that this US, they are looking for. North central, iron ore, gold, gemstones, coal, salt, tantalite, iron ore, lead and zinc. Northeast, gypsum, kaolin, limestone, hydrocarbon, barite, southeast, oil, gas, coal, lead, zinc, gold, salt, limestone. Every region have resources. So the most reasonable thing is for us to restructure this country by amending the constitution that they did at our back. They did at our back. Former Ohanese leader said that they just gave him the constitution to read. They did not go through it thoroughly. The military gave him the constitution to just approve and read like that. You know, when the military want to do something, they use a civilian and an Igbo man to perfect all those their wicked schemes. So now Tinubu has come to make sure that we push for restructuring. I tell you, I say again, that if these northern people that does not want Nigeria to be restructured, if they allow Tinubu win his second term, if they allow him win second term, they never see anything. There are some things me I cannot see. I am not in the government. I am making my observations. And luckily, it is a lucky thing. It's not that I know anything. Luckily, most of my observations are coming to pass. Now, one observation I had made in the past, they interviewed the people that the Nigerian DSS, the DSS rescued 38 of those kidnapped in Kwara, in quotes. They were interviewing one boy, one bros like that was amongst those kidnapped. He said that the bandits have knowledge of your bushes. They know from Kwara to Ilorin, they know everywhere. They have command of the routes. Not only in Kwara, in the whole of Southwest, in the whole of Southeast and South. He said that the camp they took them to, it is impossible for you to escape without being caught. You can see how sophisticated these people are building strongholds in our forests that we are neglecting. Everybody is city boy. We are not even coming our forest to know the kind of elements that live in our forests. And they have camped themselves in those forests to the extent whereby if you are even coming to do such operation, they will have gotten your brake light, your satellite. Yes, they will have gotten it before they will now relocate. I tell you. So a lot of things, these people, they know what they are doing. They are very intentional in what they are doing. Forget the politics everyone is playing, the lies and the deceit. This particular bill will be fought against by the Fulani controlled northern Nigeria or Fulani conquered northern Nigeria. Devolution of powers. Everybody will now start controlling their resources. I will love it. I will love it. But the Fulani know that they have a lot to lose if Nigeria is decentralized when it comes to resources. In the south part of this country, most oil wells are owned by Northerners. Northerners that don't have that oil, they control they are one of the biggest beneficiaries of the oil in the Niger Delta, even much more than the Niger Deltans. Because of one Nigeria and political power, they are taking people's resources. Sultan has oil well, so I heard. I've not even confirmed that one. But I know that top oil players in Nigeria are Northerners. Why is it that the Southerners, the Bayelsa people, the Delta people, the Rivers people are not top oil players in Nigeria? It's because of the 1999 constitution and the system, political system of the Fulani introduced in Nigeria. I tell you a lot. The system introduced, you see, the marginalization, it reach everybody. Even reach the Fulani. Even this decentralization is marginalization to the Fulani. So that's why you see, Tinubu is carefully running one. It will get to a point in time, we will stop saying some things so that let's see the actions. We'll just be telling you the outcome. We will not tell you the secret. Some people will be surprised. How does this boy know these things? They are calling me boy. I'll be celebrating my birthday on the 7th of December. And I hope you join me to celebrate it. I'm not a boy. I'm in my late 30s, so I'm not a boy. So, reading the trends. Now, the second one, after the decentralization and governance of natural resources, we have the second one, which is to give states control over all minerals, mineral oils, and natural gas. To give them control. So, we are altering the constitution to make sure that states have some reasonable control over their minerals, mineral oils, and natural gas. Let's look at it. This bill seeks to alter Section 44, subsection 3 of the Constitution to remove control over all minerals, mineral oils, and natural gas under or upon any land or territory or territorial waters. The exclusive economic zone. You know, exclusive is for the federal government. When you have the concurrent list is for the state and local government. The exclusive list in the constitution is for the federal government. So there's some things that the federal government will handle. Security, exploration, control of natural resources, and all have you. So they are going to take some from this exclusive list and put it in the hands of the state. I tell you, how is it going to be? So whether it is land, whether it is water, anywhere it is, within that state. They will take it from the exclusive economic zone in Nigeria, then from the federal to state government. Now, it also seeks, very important, look at this part, very important. It also seeks to require all states to remit 25% of revenue generated to the federal consolidated account. See, all this will be implemented. Let me give you expo. If like, let the Fulani be watching this broadcast. It is inconsequential. But by the end of the 8 years of Bola Tinubu, let me even tell you, Tinubu is winning the next election. That is my own opinion. I'm not imposing my opinion on you. I'm just giving you, you know, when you listen to people, you just get their own part of the story, what they're going to say. You have, the indices are there to look at critically. Tinubu is winning that next election with the kind of political brouhaha going on. At the end of the election, you see all these things will take root. And there's one thing about foundation. If the foundation is, they deeply structure the foundation, it will be difficult for the Fulani to remove. If the Tinubu administration can successfully disintegrate the middle belt from the political stranglehold of the Fulani, if they can successfully, and the middle belt has a voice, if they build any structure on amendment of the constitution and also restructuring, it will be difficult for the Fulani to vote it out. Because the middle belt will always want to vote along with the southern part of this country. And some people even in the core north will see reason to all this. Because it is some class of people that have come together. You know, theocracy, a class of people will be the one benefited. They will turn every other person to zombie. That's how they do in northern Nigeria. Very few people are the ones benefiting from the governance, from the resources, like benefiting. Every other person is a Amajiri. They use them for Boko Haram, for farming, for me. You see, so those people, their eyes will be open. If Nigeria is restructured and states are controlling their resources and they see the development in other states, those people in the same region that the Fulani has captured and as enslaved, their eyes will open and they want to revolt. That is the reality. Tinubu will win the election. At the end of his 8 years, he will have a root. It will be rooted. Even though the Fulani comes, this is my postulation. Even though the Fulani comes to want to scatter it, it will be difficult for the Fulani to scatter it. Then the southern part of this country will now realize that the Fulani, politically, the Fulani does not want better for the people. The South and Middle Belt, whoever Fulani government is coming in after Tinubu, what have you? If Nigeria still, I tell you, Nigeria has barely 20 years. Barely 20 years. So Tinubu's tenure can enter now. So after the Fulani comes, the next person that comes is going to cement that restructuring, and you see. I hope you save this video for later so that you can refer to this when all these things are happening. God help us. Now, so giving states control over mineral oils and natural gas is going to boost a lot of confidence. And this issue of say one Fulani go come into my own, or one Fulani go use government power, government connection because it is one Nigeria, come to Imo State and take our gas. You go do headquarters for another region. They collect VAT, they collect tax. They support a state that does not have the oil. Why Imo State that have that oil? You will not build the headquarters in Imo State, so that the government of the day will be taking taxes from, benefiting from the gas itself. So if you read devolution, the state has a stake in controlling what resources is in its own territory. It will help boost the revenue in that state. So everybody will now start focusing on how they can use their resources to develop. Those politicians that are using backyard and frontier to steal resources, when they see that oil is not coming, the people there will wake up from sleep and start chasing those politicians away. For instance, now a state like Zamfara, some politicians are using insecurity to take gold. They go build airports. Just like our Ebonyi State governor built airports for Ebonyi State. Go to the airport now, it be like children park. All this where this clown they play. It's not what is the commercial activity. What is the revenue that airport has brought? Despite the fact that billions of naira has been spent. You see all these politicians, their personal business, they will not spend money on businesses that will not yield. But for projects of state, it is when they give their own construction company, it is what they are benefiting, it is not what the state is going to benefit at the end of the day. So in Zamfara State, they will build airports. You cannot commercialize the airport. You cannot look at the revenue you are going to get, the state is going to get from the airport. It is for them to steal resources. So when the oil is no more coming from a location, as it were, everybody don't secure their own place. When Southern Sokoto does not really see money from that their oil well that they use federal government to capture and hold, then everybody will now focus on why is it that we don't get money but we have resources in this state. They will be asking questions, and some people will now expose those people that are living off the state, why people are dying of poverty in that state because of oil in the federal government has been devolution. The devolution, it don't go to each other state. This is a reality, and I understand why the Fulani will not want all these things to happen. I understand why the Fulani will fight tooth and nail. They will make sure that all the arsenals they have. See, all these ones that the DSS recover, rescue 38, this and that, all those ones na story, because even the Nigerian government self, they get their own for body. If I want to ask a question, the person that they interviewed that was among the abductees, those are abducted or kidnapped, said that there's no possible way that you will escape from that their camp without them knowing. So how did the DSS eventually successfully rescue those 38 persons without any casualty of the bandits or the terrorists? Without them saying we dropped 3 bodies or somehow we engaged in the gun. 38 of them came out alive, well and healthy, successfully. Thank God in our church with this. Some of those guys go tell truth to their family members. Some of those guys go spread information. People go now they know the truth. The truth might not come on your media space because the media is censored. The media, NBC, is regulated. And when we have a corrupt system, regulating information, they will not give you information that will make them look bad. They will regulate information that will make them look good. So if somebody comes out to say that they paid one, because I'm hearing rumors, it's rumor yet not confirmed, they paid 1 billion naira for their, because normally El-Rufai came to tell us that day that the Kaduna State governor is paying 1 billion to bandits. Normally, if El-Rufai did not come out to say that, you go ask, if you can't go accuse the Kaduna State governor, a typical Nigerian politician, may take you to court. Your evidence, they know that you don't have evidence, but the evidence, they have destroyed the evidence. That's how the system is. So anybody may believe anything, because the Nigerian government, we don't catch them. They lie and deceive the Nigerian people. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. And a government that is corrupt, you expect them to lie to the people, because they don't want to be accountable of anything. So whatever it is, we know that the killings will continue. It's like a daily thing now. Some are underreported. These are our major media stations, media houses. Are they in every part of this country to report? In these villages, are they there to report the actual incidents that is happening? It is the bandit that is even giving them information. So there are many things that are happening that are not even reported, that are underreported. Except it becomes something like they attack the state government and everything. So number 2, state control of minerals and resources, natural gas. So we have gas in the southeast, most of gas. There's oil in the southwest. There's infrastructure in the southwest. There's industrialization in the southwest. There's civilization in the southwest. In the south has oil and has gas. So if we have to look inwards, it will be a healthy competition between everybody. I tell you, see, all the generation of people that are doing bigotry, this restructuring will stop all those bigotry. Those people that will say, come in Lagos and say, Lagos is no man's land. When everybody knows his boundary, they will not go into Lagos and say, or those that say, go back to Anambra. When they know the value of you in their state, they will not say, go back to Anambra. See, this restructuring will solve a whole lot of problems. A whole lot, especially this insecurity. Let's look at one more. There are like 6 of them. One more. I just took out the 3 important ones. Now, clearly specified taxes to be collected by each tier of government. We have the state, local, and federal government. So the taxes to be collected by each tier of government will be determined by this bill that will alter. You see, if I'm reading this thing, you see, this bill seeks to alter. Let me read it again. This bill seeks to alter the constitution to clearly categorize and classify the taxes and levies collectible, not the one Hisba in Kano. They collect tax from beer, but when they are selling beer in their place, they destroy it. No tax for you people. We don't sell beer, no tax. Destroy it and destroy yourself, your economy, because of a particular ideology that has not been tested to bring development in that part of the world. Now, so we will now differentiate which one should be collected by federal, by state, and by local government. And if you look at this current tax bill, if people understand what the tax bill aims to achieve, a lot of money is going to the southwest, I tell you. Should be now where you open, see, should be then say northern Nigeria, then get the numbers. This tax bill, it go expose everybody. Should be now where you open your bank account, now them they go to collect personal income tax. Now where your company day, your headquarters day, now them go to collect personal income tax. They don't play everybody now. The southwest will have so much money, because it's so, almost Nigeria is in southwest. The southwest will have money upon the money the southwest will get from this tax bill. Almost all companies are in headquarters in Lagos. Almost all companies, even those who you find in the north, in the southeast, they are mostly headquartered in Lagos. The money will go coming through this personal income tax. So people I even advise that go and relocate the address of your company to your state where you are going to be paying company income tax, or go and reopen an account in a place whereby you know that you want your tax to be paid to. I have said it that if I travel to my village, I'm going to look for a microfinance bank and invest in that microfinance bank. If you're an Igbo person, whoever you are in southern Nigeria, invest in a microfinance bank in your locality. It will help boost economy. That is one is aside it. But this restructuring is a welcome ambition, is a welcome development.